Hello, two potatoes. Rutan Cabbage coming at you. Welcome to episode 2 of Force of Nature. Well, in episode 1, we cleared out, or got ready to clear out the majority of the area, and worked our way through level 3. Today, in episode 2, we are going to work up to episode 4. To level 4, possibly level 5. We'll see what we need to do after that. We have a couple more quests for us to take care of in this episode. We have to make the smoker and create a bunch of coal, which we can do from the crafting menu, and we need to make a cudgel, which is the first of the weapons, and obtain some copper coins and gold coins, which we get from the enemies. Before we do that, however, you can see that we have the entire base area starter region. I did a semicircle around and cleaned up everything. So we have a much more open area to place our base in. And we're out along to the next level of resource. Primarily is the seeds that we obtained from the sunflower seeds, which will be used for butter. I mentioned that briefly in the last episode. See, one sunflower plant gives around 8, looks like, for that particular one. And we will begin collecting those as well as we work our way to the goblins. Before we make the weapon, however, in order to that area that we did clear, you see we are fairly full on resources. We got a full bag. I have not made the stack as yet, but I may do that before we actually endeavor to fight with the goblins, because if you do die in the game, what occurs is you lose, or you risk losing some of what you are carrying. You get most of it back, but usually there's 2 or 3 items that it takes about half of, so we do not want to be carrying a full inventory when we are battling. But with that, let's take a look back through the camera of time, 6 or 7 minutes, as going through this area as I went through resource by resource and cleared the area out. We harvested palm leaves rather, in the rain. You know, if there is different weather in the game. I don't know if it affects growth or monsters, etc., but it is nice for the ambience, at any rate. Some coconuts and logs, and I think more palm leaves. Coconuts, logs, and more palm leaves. And we chop down pines for logs. Some actually are a barrier as well, so we do need to take care from the first beginning, before our base is complete, which ones we do cut, because we don't necessarily want an opening. You see, there are some red beasts nearby. Of a beastie running about nearby. Can't get to me yet because these bushes are in the way, but he would certainly like to, as you can see. Last couple pines, and then the next target will be the broadleaf trees, as those drop logs as well, but not quite as many. But they do start dropping the small branches as well, or sticks, I guess. So we cleaned a few of them out along the way. At this point now, at the end of the wide leaf, we have a few more pines to go through. So we'll continue on that task until we reach the water line. Now that the pine trees are out, we'll just clear up the small leafy bushes, which will give us an abundance of sticks. And then that should just about clear out the organic matter from within the starting base area, which is where things will grow. And then we'll just pick all these guys up, lots of sticks. Okay, and the final of the resources in the starter area we need to take care of is stone and iron. And not as much of that as one would like, but there is more out once we break through the protective barrier bushes out of here. But we'll do that after the quests. And a total of 15 sand, which should be the last component that we will need to create our coal furnace. So, welcome back. As you can see, after that conglomeration of past edits, should have all the resources that we will need to obtain to the next level. I know we need to make our smoker and make some coal, so let's start that first. The smoker through the, I believe it's the B key by default. In my case, I did the X. I compiled them together, but we should have all the resources we need, and indeed we do. We'll select this. See, get it square to the grid. Make things fairly square. Let's see. We will put this one over on. We'll put this on the left of the fire. We'll leave a few spaces in between so we can move, run in between it as we go. The other thing we can create as well is the blast furnace, which will allow us to smelt ingots out of the raw ore that we will be collecting. And again, I collected the materials needed while I was on a rampage. The furnace, let's see. Actually, I'm going to face it from this angle. That way, because it always goes right angles to the way your character is facing when you place it. So if I open this facing this direction, you'll see that it's lengthwise the long way, so that seems to be sideways, to be honest. Pretty sure this is, yeah, that's symmetrical all the way around for the coal furnace, but we know we're going to need 20 coal for the quest. So from one log and two glowing ember, we can create 5, so we'll make 4 of those. A total of 20 coal. Meanwhile, the blast furnace will continue crafting while that grows. Now the blast furnace is done in the meantime. You can take a look here. In the recipes, you can see we can make iron ingots, tin, copper, by either coins or from ore, or gold ingots, which I believe are made from the coins as well, yes. fuel, I believe it needs both. Yeah, we'll need some of the coal, which we're making, as well as glowing embers. We had made some extras before, so we have those ready when we're prepared to start smelting, so we can begin to make things like fences. Okay, this is now complete, so if we take this weapon, that should advance our quest. Look at the proper quest. Here it is, first battle. See, now that one is green. So now it just needs to collect the gold and copper coins. And arm our mace. And our tool back down. Those thankfully do not disappear if you do expire when fighting out in the field. So now I will dump my things in a pile and begin digging a pipeway, I think, over to the west. That way we can circle around to get at these sunflowers here. And I know that there's only one or two of the small leafy bushes to clear out towards our first goblin, and we'll work up that direction, keep along the shore. Okay, just a quick run around. You can see a quick dump. Several piles of the things we have with plenty so far. And a few single piles of the stuff that we have not seen large amounts of. Many of those will come as long as numerous additional items as time progresses. Okay, but this is the direction here to the west where we're going to head. See, I can see several enemies there already. So we can get out our axe and chop down the remaining bush or two required. I think just the one will get us through. Does indeed. And equip our mace again. And now as we get closer to them, they will start chasing us. We can start beating up goblins. And see, this one dropped a gold coin. So either be gold or copper coins. And they can drop between 1 and 3 of either. So that means we're going to need anywhere from 20 to probably 20 or 30 goblins, I imagine. You see there's a whole bunch here. We know there's some more up here that I could see while I was harvesting as well. So we will clear those areas and beat them up as time goes, and hopefully not die in the process. If we do die, however, they do respawn until you die or sleep in a bed. Then what you kill will remain clear from the world, so you can effectively clear out the region in a particular location. There's a pull 2 this time. But they're fairly quick, easy kills at level 1, of course. It's as easy as they get. Continue to pick up the other resources as we move around in the process as well, of course. Okay, as time progresses, we are getting there. We have almost as many copper coins as we need. We still need to get more gold ingots, though, or gold coins. But as you can see, my health is down, so while my health is down, I might as well use some stamina. I'll start chopping more of these sunflowers, which again are a tier 2 resource, as well as apple trees, because we stumbled across a few of them as well right here. Chopping these down. In addition to the wood and sticks you get from the other wide leaf trees, you also get apples. And apples are a food that you can eat that have both stamina and health. So it's a little better than the other starter foods that you get for something you just harvest from chopping down a tree. It's in the way anyway, help clear off the land. As you may have noticed, I am sort of a vacuum cleaner type player. I steamroll through everything and pick it all up. That's what it's there for. It's to be used, right? Welcome back. We are back at the camp. Cleared off enough to get that quest completed. You can see here it's the first battle. Only needed 5 copper coins